Hello everybody, my name is Sunpo, and today we are basically going to react to the very first episode of Season 9 of Death Battle, which is Harley Quinn versus Jinx. And I have just gonna say something right now. You may have noticed that I basically left a week without Death Battle, even though with the Gogeta versus Vegito episode, I already said that I'm gonna do a Death Battle one Death Battle every week, and I didn't do it last week. There's a reason why. I was sick, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I know it was kind of seemed a little too soon for me to just get sidetracked with something else and then all the other stuff. As you may have noticed, last week I did mostly other videos besides Death Battle, basically just gaming content, and that's technically most of those. I wasn't sick for those because I pre-recorded those before, then kind of schedule it there. But yeah, so I was gonna save a day for that, but I was just sick and might as well put this video there so that way you guys can enjoy it for that day. But yeah, that whole week I was just sick, and even right now, by this time of recording, I am still a little sick. As you can tell, if you can tell from my voice or something like that, maybe my voice, because right now I won't have the most expressive reactions that I could have, and in all honesty, my throat's still tiny sore. And while if you guys watch my Gogeta versus Vegito video, I didn't really react all that much because for me personally, I'm a person who reacts after the video rather than in the moment, which is a little weird, but there's only a few occasions where my emotions would actually come through to a reaction video, but that's kind of a rare thing. So yeah, just gonna tell you guys that right now. Either way, apparently this is the very first episode. I remember seeing Harley Quinn versus Jinx much later down the line for season 9. I thought this was episode 2 or 3, but apparently this is episode 1. And I thought that Harley Quinn versus Jinx was a season 8 video, but according to the Death Battle Wiki, this is the first Death Battle for season 9. And I checked the actual channel, the actual Death Battle YouTube channel, and yes, this is actually the first one. So okay, so yeah, enough with the intros. Let's get started with these characters. And Harley Quinn, everybody knows Harley Quinn, right? Everybody knows DC, everybody knows Harley Quinn. She's from the Batman series, basically, of course, Batman franchise, the IP. So the thing is that for me, with Harley Quinn, how I know her character, to be honest, I know her from the animated series, of course, and a lot of stuff, honestly. I think my favorite rendition is basically still the comic version of Harley Quinn, at least the modern incarnation of Harley Quinn in the comics, which I think I really do like. Just because she's not exactly the full villain that she was, or the secondary villain. She's more like an anti-hero, which kind of like actually. I do know some of the other properties, but either that I don't have much interest into that, or I don't have much time. And well, because I really love Harley Quinn. The only problem with her character at this point, at least for me, is that she's kind of samey, and there's not really much change to her character. Besides for some of the other, content out there, in all honesty. And while I don't actually mind all that well, I don't mind it. I actually do like the modern takes of Harley Quinn, of course, from the new animated series that I think ended a few months ago, or maybe it was last year. I don't know. I kind of just rewatched it. I really like that version. The movies for Harley Quinn were either hit or miss, mostly just average to me. I don't hate them, but I don't like them. They're just pretty average. Don't have any strong feelings for that. But yeah, I think Harley Quinn is one of those characters I think a few years ago I would say I'm basically in love with the character, I would say. But currently, right now, I don't know. She seems to fall out of the sidelines. It's not really her fault. I just don't know. I don't think. Maybe it's because she's not that interesting to me, or that there's rarely anything that actually interests me anymore from her. I think the only modern take I actually do know more that I think like that kind of like spark just tiny bit was multiverses, but multiverses kind of killed the love for the character a lot. If you know, you know. If you watch my multiverses content, you will know how much I don't really like Harley Quinn anymore. But that doesn't say I don't like the character. Maybe just some stuff. And design wise, I mean like it's kind of standard. I thought it was pretty cool, but then now I feel like it's standard. Well, that's enough about Harley Quinn. I know I talked about a lot of that, but that's kind of the reason why I'm talking a lot more Harley Quinn. Because as for Jinx, sorry, just gonna let you guys know, Jinx, I believe she's on League of Legends, if I'm correct, and I don't really care about League of Legends. It's an interesting game. I want to try it, but the thing is that throughout the time, which to be honest, I said this to myself like 5 years ago anyway, that I want to try the game and stuff, but didn't have the time or the investment or the power of investment to actually invest time into League of Legends. I mean, like honestly, I don't really care about it. And then it goes with the series. I don't remember if Jinx was actually in the game, but I do know there was the series for her. Unfortunately, I don't really care about the series. Well, it makes sense because I don't really care about League of Legends, but for the series, I did actually watch it with some other friends on Discord, and watched the first 2 episodes. I didn't really get into it. I didn't see the appeal in most cases, so yeah. I don't really care about spoilers, so that's about it. And my history about this one, I did watch this death battle before. I just didn't have any interest, and I don't remember anything from both sides of the analysis. So this might just be a new revisit, to be honest. And I did watch other people react to it, and even then, I don't even remember. I just only remember then the fight they are in the carnival, and that's about it. Don't remember anything. And do you think that how much I actually know about Harley Quinn? You think I would know about her analysis, but actually no. I think this like most of the information I think for Harley is like not interesting enough. It's only interesting that you would actually know ahead of time, like just kind of like background information, and not just like the oh this is interesting or not. Because I think Harley Quinn, I like her in stories, but I don't know if I actually still like the characterization for her, which is actually pretty weird. But that's just me. Yeah, I took a little too long for this, and I know I just talk a lot about Harley Quinn, but I mean Harley Quinn was, I guess, right now used to be one of my favorite characters, but I don't know. I don't hate her, just yeah. And then there's Jinx, which I don't really care about, but I do know where she comes from. Still have no interest of actually looking into that, but it's just me. Of course, I would actually fit. Maybe if I finished, I think I would have finished this intro a bit more earlier if I wasn't sick, because you'll know about me when I'm sick, not just my voice and of course the sniffles and the coughing, but my mind isn't as fast as it used to be, as it would be, I would say, when I'm sick. So yeah, they're pretty much in terms of watching and actually playing, nothing changed. It's just that thinking is very slow when you're sick, for some people. Yeah, okay, I've been talking a lot, so let's just get going right now. I did actually just skip to the very end, like the part where they do show the next time. So that should be a thing. And not only that, I think we should have no ads this time, hopefully. So let's get to it. Starting right now.
Tired of only being able to wear your cosplay around the house? I know I'm not, but in case...
Oh yeah, Rooster Teeth Expo. I never gone to there. I gone to it once, and I did actually interview one of the Rooster Teeth personnel there. They want to keep themselves anonymous, but yeah, I actually interviewed the Rooster Teeth staff about Ruby before when they disappeared on your YouTube and you say that because you got ran out of money. It was interesting. That was the time where they actually still treat their staff pretty good, which is not exactly what you say right now, but okay. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Harley Quinn, DC's fantabulous anti-hero.
I forgot.
Jinx, the
But-
loose cannon of League of
Why do I have
Legends.
to use
We
the
live
Fortnite skin
in a
for
society that adheres to strict laws and norms, but these two ladies turn that system on its head with their wild enthusiasm for destruction and chaos.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay.
Born to a middle-class family in the heart of Brooklyn, USA, Harleen Quinzel had long lived a life
Yeah, I'm
of
just gonna put my,
mediocrity.
like,
She had embarrassing
here,
parents,
just
annoying
because
siblings,
like
And,
it
high
didn't get
school
copyrighted
life that
before
sucked.
if I want to put
Even
it here,
more than,
so
like, the normal
should be
ones.
good.
she never quite felt like she fit in anywhere. But
Sorry.
despite this, Harleen knew she was destined for greatness.
So, inspired by a childhood crush turned psychotic murderer, Harleen spent years training to be a world-renowned criminal psychiatrist, eventually traveling to Gotham City's infamous Arkham Asylum to research the most dangerous criminals on the planet, like Batman's arch nemesis, the Joker.
But after analyzing the Joker and his horrific, unspeakable history as a homicidal clown, and Jared Leto, she came to realize one truth.
The Joker was actually a misunderstood angel squashed down by an unjust society and wrongfully harassed by that son of a bitch Batman.
This was the first of the Joker's many manipulations, leading Harleen to see a warped reflection of herself through him, culminating in her breaking him out of prison, bleaching her skin via chemical vat baptism, and joining him on his life of crime, descending into love like madness and reborn as the fantastic Harley Quinn.
Yep.
And she was packing plenty of tools of maniacal mayhem, including her iconic hammer, electric buzzers, and bombs of all shapes and sizes, like the dreaded banana cream pie, the most evil of all pie flavors.
When she wants to get around quickly, she can use her handy-dandy pogo stick, which she straps rockets to. That doesn't seem safe.
Speaking of unsafe, Harley's most
Hey,
versatile tool is her
Ringmaster.
pop gun, a rotating revolver with special ammo rounds, like
I
a
forgot the
boxing
Ringmaster is
glove.
actually in this video.
Close one.
It's been a
And
while.
finding confetti. Whee!
Again, I
Did I
only
mention
watched this
explosive
video
round?
once
Which
and I
sounds
never
like-
remember anything about it.
Ah, my leg is gone. Oh no! Oh wait, there he was. I'm fine.
I'm gonna go.
Harley combines her arsenal with unparalleled gymnastic skills, making her far deadlier than your average criminal. She can even keep up with experts like Deadshot and Catwoman, even Batman at times. The peak human superhero that can dodge lightning and survive this alien device exploding, which obliterated multiple city blocks.
Yeah, I think that stretches the term peak human just a bit. But hey, he's the goddamn Batman, so we'll allow it.
Unfortunately for Harley, despite her unwavering loyalty to the Joker, their honeymoon period did not last. He spent years abusing her, physically and emotionally,
Yeah.
tearing her down piece by piece.
Then, when he got bored, he strapped her to a friggin' rocket and launched her halfway across Gotham City. Guess that's one way to say, no, it's not you, it's me. Bye!
Harley was left alone in the wreckage, abandoned by the one person she dedicated her entire life to.
Until fellow
Wonder
villain
myself.
Poison Ivy came by. She nursed Harley back to health, literally healing her from a damaged relationship. Ivy even gave Harley a chemical concoction that granted her superhuman strength and a healing factor.
I suppose a healthy relationship can sometimes feel like your own superpower in and of itself.
Yeah, and those two definitely seem like very good friends. Wink!
With Ivy at her side, Harley went on to rebuild herself as a famous anti-hero, leading teams like the Gotham Sirens and Suicide Squad. She worked on developing new skills, built around her own strengths rather than that of her past.
Like learning to use her lifelong knowledge of psychoanalysis to manipulate her foes mid-combat.
And creating tons of her own chemical concoctions, like tranquilizers and sleeping gases that can incapacitate metahumans. She even reverse engineered her former flame's trademark Joker Venom. This deadly substance excites the laughter centers in a person's brain and forces them to laugh until they suffocate.
Harley was clearly on top of the world, but
Yeah.
nothing caps off self-improvement like a Rocky Balboa training montage. So Harley went to Themyscira of all places to get a combat internship with the Amazons, Just like her favoriteest superhero, Wonder Woman. And imagine going
I
from
don't remember
bashing
that
random
part.
goons in Gotham to
That's
fighting
interesting.
alongside immortal warrior goddesses.
She became agile enough to jump between skyscrapers and strong enough to rip an entire palm tree out of the ground with her bare hands. Based on the size of the tree and the weight of an average palm by foot, that weighs about 600 pounds. And she can hold it one-handed, so her actual strength is probably at least twice as much.
Enough to lift a full-grown brown bear and throw it like a rag doll. Hell, her skills advanced so far, she was appointed a herald on the War World Apocalypse. You know, the planet ruled by the living embodiment of evil? Even the actual
I'll be right
personification
back,
of the
guys. Give
DC
me a second.
editorial.
Sorry about that. Yeah, just got interrupted. Again, as you would know if you are on the channel before. Okay, continuing on.
As the
we're
years went
lagging a little
on,
bit.
Harley surprised literally everyone by transitioning from supervillain to superhero. She partnered up with other heroes, became a psychiatrist again, and legitimately started helping other vigilantes with trauma, like Jason Todd, who definitely needed that.
In fact, the Bat family she used to antagonize and ridicule eventually accepted her as kind of an extended member of their group, teaming up with her to save Gotham from her toxic ex. Good for her. Guess we're not going to talk about when she went back to the Joker a couple times, huh?
In the end, she may be a little nutty, but you'd be mad not to love Harley Quinn.
Pretty much.
The world of Runeterra is a wondrous fantasy land of advanced technology, arcane magics, and legendary champions. But on its northern shores are two cities locked in political turmoil. For decades, Piltover's rich elite have exploited the undercity of Zaun, forcing workers into unsafe conditions and brutalizing the populace with terrifying police enforcers.
Oh, so like New Jersey. You could have just said New Jersey.
Until one day, a wild, loose cannon would literally explode onto the scene. She gave those uptight topsiders a taste of their own medicine, menacing its people with bombs, gunfire, and even more bombs. This was Jinx.
Jinx destroyed Zeppelins, Jumanji'd the shit out of the local zoo, and switched the street signs. What a monster! Now those monkeys will never find their way back.
Only the enforcer, Violet, could hope to stop her. But even armed with massive gauntlets weighing over 4,000 pounds each, Vi could not definitively overcome Jinx's magnificent arsenal of mechanical monstrosities.
Man, they're so evenly matched. It's almost like they're related. Anyway, Jinx can burst open birds with her trusty Zapper Shock pistol, turn enemies to Swiss cheese with her Pow Pow minigun, and blow bad guys to bits with her Flame Chomper grenades.
But Jinx's favorite weapon is her Fishbones rocket launcher. So much so, she rides it like a rocket-powered pogo stick. Well, that seems even less safe.
Well, don't let her manic attitude fool you. Not only is Jinx tough enough to take a hit from Braum, a guy who can shake mountains with a punch, but she's wicked smart. Almost all her gear is custom made. She's even recreated Hex Tech, funky science powered by magic crystals. Ooh.
Including her handheld teleportation device. Oh, my bad.
Professor has a lot of useful
Oh, God.
features.
Yeah, I thought I got rid of all the ads. Unfortunately, I guess not. Oh well.
Is that League of Legends? What a coincidence.
Oh no.
Hold the phone. Are you talking about League of Legends over there?
Uh.
I love that game. I've got in more than 10,000 hours just in our college days, huh, buddy? League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena game forged in the flames of LAN parties and salty gamer tears. Oh. And as any professional will tell you, to play the game well, you need to min-max your character's loadout with the best possible items.
Yeah, and the worst mistake you can make is being new. God, it's the midterms all over again. No, Boomstick, stay in your lane. What are you doing in the jungle? Stop it, feeder.
Jinx's ideal loadouts include Phantom Dancer, so she can phase through objects after landing a blow.
I'd like to phase out of this conversation.
Then there's the Quicksilver Sash, which protects her from status effects like sleep, paralysis, and poison. This includes forced actions, which make you do things you don't want to do. Hey, Boom, you want to pop into a match with your old Teemo from back in the day? I can set it up right now.
How about we move on to Arcane before I ram my foot up your ass?
Aww.
So, there's more to Jinx than what the main games depict. Before her infamous tomfoolery, most people around Zon knew her as an innocent young tinkerer named Powder.
Like pretty much everyone in the Undercity, Powder had it rough. She lost her parents in a conflict with enforcers, but had a bit of luck when she joined this cool foster family along with Vi, who was, gasp, her sister all along. If you're wondering what put soap in their opera, Vi was a total badass, and Powder was desperate to also prove herself to her newfound family. And then she made a mistake.
Seemingly abandoned, Powder was left in the hands of the most notorious drug kingpin around. Silco was not the father she needed, but the one she wanted, teaching her to turn her perceived weaknesses into her greatest strengths. Thus, she became Jinx.
Even when the sisters reunited years later, they couldn't fully reconcile, setting up the game of cat and mouse in the game.
Jinx was an excellent rival, able to keep up with other skilled warriors like the bullet-dodging Echo, and survive the worst of Zon's toxic environments, which can kill normal people in minutes. After a near-fatal explosion, she was also infused with Shimmer, a toxic...
It's okay, yeah, sorry about that. You already know why. It's the same person as I said earlier. He just does not do things by himself. Even if I am still a little sick, like, even though by the time of this recording, I'm not very sick like I was like a few days ago by the time of this recording, which would be for you guys last week. But yeah, my dad, the whole family kind of just got sick altogether, but he was the first one who felt better, and yet he still tells people to do his stuff. So yeah, just the normal life around the family, just like that, the father just bossing everybody around. He doesn't do anything. Yeah, honestly, he doesn't do anything. So I don't know. Well, hopefully there's no more distractions, I hope, and we can just continue this on. And if I have to stop the recording again during the animation, I really don't know. So
permanently altered her body's biochemistry.
But Shimmer's side effects intensified her prior trauma, making her much more unhinged and prone to attacking with lethal intent.
Inspiring her ultimate weapon, the Super Mega Death Rocket! This baby's been powered by both Hextech and its even more volatile cousin, Chemtech.
That's even more explosive! I forgot how much I appreciated the explodey options. Anyway, both Hextech and Chemtech are comparable in power to natural magic.
On par with what a badass mage like Lux is able to cast, such as Lucent Singularity, which can totally body these big ol' rocks.
Measuring their width with Lux's height, we can determine she destroyed almost 13,000 tons of rock from 30 meters away.
Promotional trailers show Mega Death Rocket matching the speed and power of Lux's Final Spark, a much more powerful attack that fires a Kamehameha of natural light.
So her rocket is not only super strong, but super fast. From powder to gunpowder, Silco couldn't be prouder.
But her violet streak grew grim until the day she met a particularly explosive Yordle. Ziggs bonded with her over their mutual passion for destruction, but his was more tempered, controlled. Thanks to his wisdom, Jinx learned a little bit of restraint when it came to exploding things of a more fleshy nature,
helping her tone down the wanton violence and recover some of her mental stability, like he's some kind of feline brand Jiminy Cricket.
And despite being on opposite sides of the bridge, Jinx and Vi remained sisters, ultimately still caring about each other in their own way, even if they were at odds more often than not.
Though you better believe that when things get boring and uptight, Jinx will be there to shake things up.
This episode is sponsored by
all right.
BetterHelp Online
and
Therapy.
Relationships
we're gonna pause it
are
right there, and now it's time for, I believe, yeah, this is this the ad? Yep, that's just a sponsor. So okay, let's talk about these characters right now. So alright, hopefully I don't get interrupted again for the third time, hopefully. So let's go. So thinking about like Harley and Jinx. So yeah, Jinx, yeah, I got a feeling that maybe Harley would lose this match, but yeah, I think it's definitely clear that I think it is possible that Jinx might win this by just the overall power difference between those two, I guess. Technically speaking, Harley Quinn seems to be more experienced and has better combat capabilities and also possibly better gadgets. And of course mental stability, possibly. Well, because these two seem to be very similar into their mental processing power, so maybe. But I think yeah, we shouldn't forget that Harley Quinn is basically like kind of like doctor of sorts, a scientist you could say, but maybe not a scientist. But I think Jinx might win just for raw power of her arsenal, and that would be about it. And also her durability, possibly. Which, to be honest, yeah, I think you could just take most of Jinx stuff with a grain of salt, as some video game characters would be, especially with that surviving a hit from a mountain buster. That's kind of one thing. To be honest, Harley Quinn has been up toe to toe with some like high tier DC superheroes. Well, not exactly super high tier, but I mean Batman would be one of them, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe just be. But yeah, in all honesty, I really don't know how this will go exactly. There's nothing for me to really much say because, in all honesty, I mean they kind of just explained most of it already. I think Jinx wins because of raw output of power in her arsenal, not to mention the immunities that she does get. As for Harley, she has the experience, I believe, but other than that, yeah. I don't remember who actually won originally, but I am going with Jinx, but I'm kind of just rooting for Harley Quinn at this point, so yeah. I watched this before, but I don't remember anything, especially who the winner is. Just I only remember about what was the background for like the setting for the fight. That's about it. I didn't remember like the oh god, what's his name? I said it before. I just don't fucking remember. The announcer. I guess I don't know. I forgot. The one with the long hair, the long forward hair. I forgot. I said his name before. Matchmaker, maybe. I don't know. Either way, that's kind of all I have to say. Surprisingly, yeah. I think Jinx would win, but I'm rooting for Harley Quinn. I don't remember very much of this, so it'll be interesting. Okay, well, here we go to the fight. Yeah. So here we go. We're just gonna skip a bit. Thank God there's like skipping their sections in these videos. I hope they actually put that in the future videos as well.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
3D, okay. Yeah. I don't remember the music. I don't remember the music actually being in this fight before, but it's actually a pretty nice bop actually.
Look out! She's right behind you. Aw, thanks, pal. Traitor! You're a real firecracker. Got a light? Oh, sure thing.
Yeah, okay. I kind of want to know what Harley model is they're using actually?
Got any games? No! My save file! You made me die! Well, that's unfortunate.
Sorry, Soldier 2, Dad. To make up for it, I got you some nice perfume.
Ugh, smells like... Take that back. I'm crazy. Doctor, no! I am a doctor, and you ain't crazy. You don't have that same smile. I don't need a second opinion. Wait! Don't you want to get in close and savor my emotions as you deliver the final kill? Nah. Bye.
Yeah.
KO! Don't just stand there, Jinx! You just want a free teddy bear! What up in Timbers?
This was a complicated fight with far more factors to consider than at first blush. Harley had more direct combat experience against superpowered beings, along with better training.
But Jinx's physical power, diabolical weaponry, and assortment of items were just enough to roast this Harlequin duck.
While Harley lifting over 1,200 pounds is impressive, Jinx can compete with Vi, whose gauntlets weigh 8 times that in the game.
And Jinx can take hits from a guy who can shake mountains. A bit beyond Harley's level of strength.
Harley may have been more naturally acrobatic, but Jinx's hex tech and intangibility matched and outclassed her mobility. The teleporting tablet alone could control the entire fight, since Jinx could send herself or Harley just about anywhere.
And while Harley had a moderate healing factor, she's never regenerated entire body parts before, so a big enough kaboom would definitely kill her. And Jinx's weapons were strong enough to do just that. In order to destroy over 13,000 tons of rock from such a distance, Lux's magic explosion would need a yield of about 20 kilotons of TNT.
Yeah, I
And
thought
Jinx's
so.
Hextech and Chemtech are similar to Lux's magic in speed and power.
Even if we scale Harley's durability to Batman surviving this massive explosion, the potency of Jinx's weaponry outpaces it more than 300 times.
Sure, Harley is legitimately intelligent, but so is Jinx, as evidenced by her inventions and routinely outwitting Vi and her task force. Plus, Jinx
Okay.
is typically distrusting of people she's just met, so Harley's potential mind games were likely to fall on skeptical ears.
Jinx was much more likely to shoot first and ask questions later.
Now, Harley still had her wide array of poisons and chemical agents, like the Joker Venom, which would kill most opponents in minutes. However, after living her whole life in the toxic cesspool of Zaun, her tolerance for poisons is clearly much higher than a normal person. Not to mention, the Quicksilver Sash could simply end any unwanted effect on her. Ultimately, Harley couldn't stand up to Jinx's physical power, superior technology, or overwhelmingly explosive arsenal.
Harley clowned around only to get her bell rung by someone out of her league.
The winner is Jinx.
Okay, that's a good one right there. Okay.
Death Battle is back, and we've launched a
Let's see.
brand new membership
So,
program
okay, what's
for our
episode
YouTube
2
channel.
then?
By directly supporting our team, you'll
I
get
wanna
unique
know.
emotes, badges, additional content, and more. Click that join button to see more info, and thanks for watching.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's episode 2. All right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch that one. Surprisingly, yeah, I didn't watch episode 2 then. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, Harley versus Jinx. Kind of self-explanatory. Most of the stuff I said was correct, but I guess the intelligence factor, I kind of forgot that. I guess being a tinkerer, she would be smart as well. But the thing is, like, you can take Jinx's analysis with a grain of salt, because most of the stuff that she could tank is not exactly like the highball, not really. but the lifting prowess would be technically maybe in the same range, but at the same time, no, not exactly. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt as you will, but yeah, I was kind of correct about the firepower and cool stuff. Strength is surprisingly the thing that she's stronger at, which Jinx is, so okay. But yeah, I didn't really have any, but yeah, I was still basically rooting for Harley, kind of hoping that she would actually put up a better fight, and actually she did. It's just that, yeah, as much as I remember, I didn't remember being this close, I guess. I don't know. Again, I watched this episode before. I didn't remember many things about it. I didn't remember most of it. But I do... Well, the things I like about this fight is basically the music. I didn't remember the music being played here. I guess it's kind of forgettable, I guess, to me. But it's a really good soundtrack, to be honest. And the animation is actually really good. I still want to know what model they use for Harley Quinn though, but it's a really good one. The 3D is basically spot on, and the jokes actually are actually funny, which is actually really nice. Oh boy, but yeah, kind of wish that I got a little more invested with this fight, because in all honesty, yeah, again, I didn't really react all that much, like I was stunned or anything. To be honest, I mean, I'm just still sick, so I didn't have the energy to express myself that much. But even so, I really do like it. You might notice I chuckled a little bit in the video, since because, you know, most of these jokes are actually funny. Some of the jokes are funny, but the pun that Boomstick did was actually pretty nice too. Either way, yeah, Jinx won, makes sense. Well, like I just said, for Harley, yeah, I guess there's not really that much to say, because in all honesty, like, I don't really need to talk about more about Harley because it's self-explanatory. I don't have anything to talk about for Jinx because, well, I don't have any relation with the character nor the series, so can't really explain for that. But damn, the part where like League of Legends, like games that are similar to League of Legends, I mean, like, depending on how good you are with adapting to other stuff, it's really just a bad game to start as a beginner and being in with people who already know how to play the game. That's kind of why technically speaking, I do play the game Smite. You know, Smite is similar to League of Legends, and I play Smite like a lot, kind of, but that's like until I realized like the login bonuses is kind of shitty, and I cannot get the skins I want unless I buy it or just log in a couple of months basically to just get one skin. So that's about it. But yeah, I really got nothing else much to say. I guess this is one of the reasons why I didn't want this to be the first actual episode. I thought this was like a episode 2 or maybe 4 on Death Battles Season 9, but this is the first episode, and yeah, in all honesty, I kinda glad I didn't watch this the first time around, because I would have just not be interested in any of the rest of the fights, to be honest. So yeah, it's a good thing I didn't watch this first time around. But watching it right now, it's actually pretty good. Just maybe a bit average for me. In all honesty, if I wasn't so lackluster on energy, since I am technically still sick, it's a recovery process basically. So still need the energy. But yeah, if I wasn't so low on energy because I'm just still sick, but and maybe some interruptions, of course, from the video. And also, if I still have more like the spark of actually of liking Harley, so like maybe yeah. Again, Harley used to be my favorite character. I think she still is. It's just that she's not really like up there anymore as one of my favorite characters, and I don't remember why. It's really just it happened sort of thing. Maybe if I was more invested with Harley, maybe, or like have the same love for the character like I had from like a few years back, possibly, maybe, but I don't know. And maybe if I actually enjoyed or maybe tried out League of Legends and maybe enjoyed it, I would actually maybe more invested with Jinx and her own series Arcane, which, yeah, again, I watched the series Arcane again like 2 episodes in. I wasn't really that interested. I wasn't interested in the series, nor did it actually spark any more interest to the series for me. I don't know. That's just my thing. Overall, it's technically a weak episode for me, but I mean, like, compared to everything else that I actually watched from season 8 and the past, it's not the most boring one. It's pretty average, but it's like very high average, to be honest. For me personally, I might do a tier list on this after I finish all the seasons, possibly. I don't know. Okay, so before my throat gets sore again, I'm just gonna say that this is the end of the video. My name is Sunpo. Now I'll see you guys next time. That we are next time, maybe for the other videos I might be doing. But of course, I'm going to be doing the next death battle reaction once I actually feel better, and hopefully not this sickly. The next time, it's a video, an episode. That death battle, the next time, I didn't watch yet. So yeah, this is one of the 2 death battles I did not actually see. I'm a little interested on this. The only reason why I didn't watch this is because 1, time restraints before because of schoolwork, and 2, I was kind of like want to stay away from the MCU stuff, so I didn't watch this one. But yeah, forgot both the names again. Scarlet Witch and I know the other girl, but I forgot her name. Started with Z, right? I don't know. But I'll know next time when we watch it for next week, possibly. Well, it's when I record it for next week. So, yeah. Until then, again, I'm Sampo. Catch you later. And hopefully I'll feel better next time.